Hey everybody, welcome back to Barbecue by Biggs. I'm Aaron, and tonight, I did say tonight, we are working on a weeknight meal. Tonight we're putting together candied chicken. We're using our RV Works fryer, but you can use any kind of frying utensil that you have. So we're gonna get this recipe together, show you how to do it, and you know what? It's one of the easiest and most delicious quick meals that you can make for your family. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back. Before we get the chicken together to get ready to fry, we have to get the sauce together. The sauce is just gonna simmer over medium heat until just about the time that the chicken is done. So we're gonna take 2 cups of water, 2 cups of sugar, just regular old white sugar, and then we're gonna take a splash of soy sauce. That soy sauce not only is gonna add a little Asian flair to it, but that salt is gonna cut some of that sugar down. So we're gonna take this, stir it up, and then we're just gonna cook it over medium heat until it thickens. So we'll check back on it here in a few minutes to see how it's coming along. But just give it a good stir, leave it on medium heat, and then just come back and stir it every once in a while. So now that we have that sauce squared away, we'll start getting our dry ingredients together. So we're gonna put 2 bags of dry ingredients together. The first bag is gonna have 2 cups of flour. It's gonna have 2 tablespoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, coarse or fine, your choice, and just add that into the bag, seal it up, shake it up real well. This will be the dry dip right before we do the egg wash. So we'll get this shaken up, then we'll get the other dry batch together. The other dry bag is going to have 1 cup of cornstarch, 4 cups of panko, and 2 cups of flour. This will be the final mixture that you dip the chicken in right before frying. So when you're using this panko, you can use any kind of panko that you want. You can even use it breadcrumbs if you prefer, but the panko works really good. They have them in different flavors, garlic and herb. They have them with Italian. You can use whichever ones that you want to use. We just use the normal breadcrumbs from the panko brand. So we'll get this mixed up and we'll get the chicken ready to be fried up. In the meantime, we're going to check in on our sauce, and as you can see, it's starting to thicken up. It's boiling on minimal heat, so just enough heat to get it boiling, and then just keep stirring it every once in a while to keep it from burning. So we have about 8 eggs here. We're going to add about a cup of milk. We're going to whisk this aggressively to make sure we have a good egg wash. So we'll get this whisked up and get it ready to dip the chicken in. So we're going to take that first dry batch that we had of just the flour and the seasonings, and it'll be on our right. Then we'll have the egg wash in the middle, and then we'll have the panko breadcrumb mixture to our left. What we're trying to do here is take the chicken and we're going to put it in the seasoned flour, and then we're going to take it, dip it into the egg wash, and then we're going to move it over into the panko breadcrumb mixture. What this is going to do, it's going to make it dry, it's going to make it sticky going into the egg wash, and then when we put it into the panko mixture, that sticky is going to take all those panko and it's going to make a great coating on the outside of the chicken. So if you did this just egg wash to panko, it wouldn't be as sticky, and what will happen is when you're frying it, some of your fry coating will eventually come off. So the best thing to do is to take that wet chicken, make it dry, get it into the egg wash, make it sticky, because that flour and that egg just make a sticky mixture on top of that chicken, and then move that chicken over to whatever it is that you're dipping it in, whether it be panko this time, or maybe it's a seasoned flour next time when you're working on fried chicken. Either way, just dip that into that flour, into the egg wash, and into whatever it is that you're going to use. So in this case, we're using panko. So we're just going to take these, drop them into the panko, and then we'll shake this bag and get a good coating on them. Hey, when we get the rest of this chicken lined out, hey, take an opportunity, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And I find it hard to believe, but if you're not subscribed to our channel, hey, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to the side, and it'll let you know when we do have a cook. We do focus a lot on barbecue, but we do southern cooking and some of these quick weeknight meals. So we'll get the rest of this chicken lined out, and we'll meet you guys out at the fryer. All right, so we got the fryer up to 350 degrees, maybe a tad bit over. We're gonna go ahead and get this chicken on. I'm gonna turn the fryer off. It's gonna hold its temperature for about the whole time we cook this chicken. So we'll get that done now. So we're just gonna drop about 10 of these in a basket. You can do it in any fryer that you have. We just like this Cajun fryer because one, it's outside, and two, it's really easy to clean up. Just clean the baskets up and you're done. So about 10, 15 pieces per side. Just drop them in. And this boiling will subside as it gets more moisture out of this chicken. And what we're looking for is a light golden brown color. All right, should only take us about 3 minutes here. We'll bring you back when we get in there. As you can see, they start floating. Not quite the brown that we want yet. Probably another minute or so. And then we'll probe them out and see what temp inside. We're looking for about 162, 163 degrees, and then they'll rise up to 165 and be done. So we'll let those sit for another minute or so and then check them out. All right, it's been about 3 minutes. We'll get these up and check on them. Color looks good. We always talk about these cooling racks. We use them for smoking, we use them for frying. The thing about fried food is if you put it straight onto a paper towel, it's gonna be soggy because it's just sitting in its own grease. We use these cooling racks, we use them for smoking. I have a link in the description if you're interested, if you don't have any of those, but you put this fried food on this elevated cooling rack and it just lets it drain out. So we'll get those done and then we'll get the rest of these knocked out. We'll see you in a minute for the taste test. Man, these are looking good. So we're gonna get back to the sauce that we put together inside of the house. If you remember, it was the water, the sugar, and the little bit of splash of soy sauce. We're just gonna get it to a consistency that's a little bit thinner than like Aunt Jemima's syrup. We're gonna take that chicken that we had outside, and then we're just gonna pour a little bit of this sauce on top of it and toss it to coat it. And man, it sure turns out great. Has a thin coating of this sauce on it, gives it a little sugary flavor to it. And you know what? If you want more sugary flavor, when you put it over your rice, add more to it. All right, it's done and it looks delicious. I'll give you a glimpse of it here. Let's get one of these. Give it a shot. Oh my God. That's delicious. You can taste a little bit of hint of soy sauce. You can taste that sugary coating. Just kind of glistens on here. We'll leave the recipe down in the description so you can get you some. Man, you guys ought to make this. It's so good. See you next time.